Hello, my name is Ricciardi, President of Boss Leather. Today we're going to clarify a lot of things about the leather industry that confuses customers. And by the end of this video, hopefully we'll make everything very clear. The first thing we're going to talk about is top grain leather versus a split leather. Most leathers turn out or start out as a centimeter thick at times. So the tannery has to split the leather into two. And what happens there is you take your top layer and that gets sliced, and this is the layer that you want to work with. This is the layer that's going to last the longest. Now under there you're left with the remnants. Now this is called the middle layer, and this is regarded as a split leather. Now with split leather usually it's stamped, feels a lot firmer or stiffer and harder to work with as well. It's pigmented, painted, and doctored to look as much like the top layer as it can, but has none of the strength that the top layer gives you. Now with top grain leather, everything is totally natural. From top grain, a lot of great leathers originate from. The first leather is called full grain leather. Now full grain leather, again, is totally undoctored. It's got the natural history of the animal along the trail, so all the natural marks that that animal would carry is on that full grain leather. So full grain leather feels a lot like a peach fuzz, a velvety feel, very, very soft. It is also dyed all the way through, so you'll notice that you start off with one color, you'll see either a darker color or the same color under it, and that's a fully dyed process. So top grain leather also originates two other very popular types of leather. One is called aniline leather, one's called semi-aniline leather. Aniline leather is basically a dyeing process. You get a lot of the full grain leathers that are also regarded to as aniline. Again, this may add a little bit of confusion, but to simply put, that aniline leather is totally undoctored. And if you take a look at a hide, you bring a hide over, which this is aniline and also full grain at the same time, you'll find that it's dyed all the way through. The color penetrates the whole hide, so you get all the natural elements of the hide that are showing. You'll see all the natural marks and scars that come from that. So aniline leather is very much like full grain leather. It is the process that full grain leather is dyed with, is aniline leather. Now from there, we have semi-aniline leather. Now semi-aniline leather is partially dyed in the same vat, so essentially it's not quite as absorbent, so you'll see a slightly lighter finish on the bottom, and you'll see a little bit of a shine originating from that. And what that shine is basically like a protective layer that's put on the leather. This is the leather that's recommended most for family use, everyday use. In some cases you'll have a variance in color. As you can see here, there's almost like a cloudy type of feel. That's called sauvage, and that's a special process that usually happens on semi-aniline leathers, and that's what you'll get there. So very, very durable and a very good hide for everyday use. When you talk about a full grain or aniline leather, essentially what happens is you'll have things like a little bit of fading over time. You're going to have a little bit more of a pulling or relaxed look, but more importantly, you're going to get some natural patina to the leather. So what patina means is basically all the spots that you kind of rub, you'll find them to kind of get a little shinier than the rest of the sofa. This kind of gives you kind of that heritage look or that worn look that most people actually pay extra for in great antique type pieces. So that's what you can expect from a full grain leather or aniline leather. When you're looking at a semi-aniline leather, and which is also corrected, you can expect consistency. So from the day you buy it to 10 years later, it's going to look very similar to what you originally bought. So here's your pull-up leather hide, or what we call wax leather also. This particular leather starts off as a full grain leather and then is waxed, hand rubbed to look like this. So you get the natural creases and marks that take place when they're waxing it. And over time, this will wear and show like that beautiful antique piece that you always wanted. Pull-up leather is a very durable leather, but one thing that you must note is that it does easily mark or scratch. There are products to eliminate some of the scratches, but scratches is what gives you the charm a lot of times. So this leather here, very popular for studies, libraries, or if you're trying to get that loft or you're trying to get that cottage look where you have that worn piece. This leather is the leather of choice, and it comes in a few different colors as well. Very durable, still has a 10-year warranty on it, and we're selling quite a bit of this. This is definitely on trend. We at Boss Leather feel that leather is the best product to make your furniture from, especially if it's a top grain leather, which is the only leather that we use. Each hide is unique in its own way. It has its own natural markings, so in turn, when your sofa gets delivered, it is a one-of-a-kind piece. We feel an immense amount of pride being part of this leather industry. Hopefully this video will serve you well in your leather shopping. Thank you.